Hi, Dr. Smith. How is your day going?
Not too good. I just got a demand letter from an attorney threatening to sue me.
Is it about a patient?
No, it's about an employee we had to fire. She was really toxic, always late, and ticked off my patients by being rude.
It sounds like you had cause to fire her. Did you let her know that there was an issue with her behavior?
Of course, she was written up and asked to correct her behavior many times.
Okay, then why is she suing you?
She wants money and has found a contingency fee attorney to take the case for free. She claims she was fired for discrimination, but that's not the truth. She was fired because she was bad at her job.
Well, your employment manual and dispute resolution policy should slow them down.
My what?
You know, the thing that says she must follow an internal dispute resolution policy and go to mediation and arbitration before they try to sue you.
I don't have any of that.
Didn't your asset protection attorney suggest something like that when you put your plan in place?
Yeah, he did. But I did not implement the plan he suggested.
We are doctors, high income, high net worth, and high liability. I even sent you to my lawyer, who helps protect thousands of doctors, Ike DevG. Didn't you go see him?
I did.
Didn't he do an analysis with you that identified your assets, exposures, and the simple steps he needed to help you take to be protected?
Yes, he did.
Then what happened?
I did not do the asset protection planning.
Are you crazy? Why would you not do the planning that asset protection lawyer DevG suggested? He protects 6 of the 8 doctors in my surgical group.
I didn't want to spend the money.
Well, you make good money, and have a nice home, cars, investments, and a family. Didn't that seem worth protecting?
I have insurance and a trust. I thought that was enough.
If you were a patient, we would call you non-compliant.
Ha ha, very funny.
Do you mean you have a revocable living trust, that you have all your assets like your home and brokerage account in?
Yes, so I am safe, right?
No, you are toast.
Why?
Because the first word on that trust is revocable. That means that during your lifetime all assets you have in it are fully available to any creditor. You have a death plan, an important part, or your estate plan. Asset protection is a life plan. Didn't that tell you that the insurance alone is not enough? The average MedMal award nationally is $3.9 million. Do you carry that much insurance?
No, I have 1 million and an umbrella.
Well, that's often not going to be enough to protect you from a malpractice award, and that does not help you with the employee lawsuit.
How bad could the suit be?
Very bad.
How bad?
Well, if you had read the Asset Protection 101 for Physicians article I gave you that I wrote, you would know that employees are suing more often, winning more often, and winning larger and larger judgments.
You are not making me feel better.
I'm not here to make you feel better. I'm telling you things you must know, so you can take action and be protected.
Okay, but how bad could a suit like this be?
Well, as one example, the current average award for sexual harassment is $530,000.
You are shitting me.
I'm not shitting you.
How in the world do I pay something like that? That's a year's income.
Well, you write a check.
I don't have that much cash.
You could always sell your Porsche, or cash in your investment accounts, or sell your vacation home, to help cover the cost. The judge won't care what you have to do. Like a scene from a mafia movie, his reaction will be simple. Pay me.
I worked very hard for those things, and earned the money to buy them for my family with years of hard work.
They will have to adjust. You will enjoy learning about a new concept. It is called a staycation.
What the hell is a staycation?
It's when you stay home instead of going somewhere fun and different to relax, and you and your wife and children stare at each other in the home until you fight.
I don't want to do the staycation.
That is a shame, but you won't have a choice. Your time, money, and energy are going to be directed at defending the lawsuit.
But this is a bogus lawsuit. I must win because I am right.
That is sadly not the case. The average cost of defending a frivolous lawsuit is minty $1,000, plus the settlement amount itself.
How do you know so much?
I've been educated about the risks by Ike. I also read his website proassetprotection.com.
What was that again? I'll write it down.
proassetprotection.com. It has info on all these threats and the solutions available. It also has a page just for doctors and a blog with articles about asset protection, wealth, and business.
How does Ike know so much?
He has worked as an asset protection-only attorney for almost 8 years, and helps protect thousands of doctors and a client base with nearly $6 billion in personal assets.
I read some of his articles online when you introduced us.
Yes, he teaches all over the country, and writes for a number of top wealth, business and legal publications, including Worth Magazine and Advisor Today.
He did your planning.
Yes, several years ago, so now it is old and cold.
What does it mean?
Every day that passes makes my planning stronger. The most common way that asset protection planning is defeated is by the plaintiff claiming it was done too late.
Is this what Ike described as fraudulent conveyance?
Yes, that's exactly it. If your planning was 3 years old, it would be almost impossible to say you did it to stop this employee lawsuit.
Would it work?
Yes, the planning is well proven, safe, legal and tax neutral. It's very effective, if done at the right time. My planning has been in place for years, so you could sue me, and you might even win, but you would never collect.
So why would I sue you?
You wouldn't, or if you did, you'd soon realize that the only thing that might be available would be whatever settlement my insurance carrier offered you.
So you're a collectible for only the limits of your liability coverage.
Exactly. And that is exactly why I pay for all that insurance coverage, to protect me against accidents and mistakes.
So the legal tools and insurance do all that?
They do most of it, but remember, asset protection is not just a thing you buy.
What do you mean?
Ike taught me that it is a system, a combination of legal tools, insurance, tax planning and good financial advice. He taught me that merely being good at what you do and making money is not enough these days. He says, it's not just what you make, it's also what you keep.
I think I'm good at making money but not as good at keeping it.
That's why we must have what I call success maintenance teams, professionals in other areas, that will make sure we are as safe as possible and always have the most cutting-edge legal and financial tools.
I think I'll call him again.
I would. I'd also have him update your recommendations.
Why?
Every effective treatment plan is tailored to your unique circumstances and assets. Those assets and exposures change as you buy new things, open new businesses, and have changes in your personal life or family.
Like what?
Remember my partner Dr. Patel?
The Swedish guy?
No, the senior doctor in our group. You played golf with him once.
Yes, of course. Now I remember. He had a beautiful home at the country club.
He still does, and many other assets, despite the serious accident his daughter was in.
What happened?
Well, Dr. Patel went to see Ike and Ike discovered that the doctor had leased his vehicle and 2 others through his medical PC.
So, that gives him a deduction for the expenses of the lease, right?
It does. It also ties the liability of those vehicles to the medical practice. This means that if the doctor, his wife or their teenagers or nanny has an accident, the medical practice will get sued.
So what? Someone is getting sued either way.
If you were a personal injury attorney, would you rather have your client hit and injured by John Smith, Dr. Smith, or Smith & Associates Surgical?
Oh. I think I understand. The corporate defendant is more attractive.
You bet. When the lawyers find out that a surgical practice hit their client, they start making vacation plans of their own, and expensive ones.
So what happened to Dr. Patel?
Ike advised that he get the vehicles out of the name of his medical corporation, buy as much liability insurance as he could afford, and implement an asset protection legal plan that protected his homes, investments, and business equipment.
So did he.
Fortunately, the doctor did as advised. 2 years later, his daughter started driving, and they bought her a car. Like most of us, that car was titled to her parents and insured on their policy.
So they were responsible for it, and her.
Exactly. One day she was driving home from school and someone made an illegal U-turn in front of her. She was driving a BMW SUV and the other driver was in a small hatchback. She hit him.
Was he hurt?
Yes, quite badly, and he actually went into a coma and had over $500,000 in medical bills. When he woke up, they sued Dr. Patel for his daughter's actions.
Well, that's justice, isn't it?
No, that's not justice. That's opportunity calling and lawyers answering. She was found not at fault at the scene. The other driver was reckless and caused his own injuries.
Then why did they sue Dr. Patel?
Because he had the appearance of wealth. He is a prominent doctor with a big practice who lives in a $1 million plus home. They thought they'd take a shot. They wanted over $3 million.
Did they get it?
No. Fortunately, he had done as advised by his expert counsel, and was well protected. The plaintiffs were shown that all they could get was the settlement that Dr. Patel's insurance company offered, so there was no point in the attorney spending his own time and money on a dead-end case.
So he did not pay them.
No, the planning removed the economic incentive to sue him, and the asset protection plan and insurance combined to work like they were supposed to.
So the plan I suggested was not just about my practice?
No, it is about being a successful person in a universe of infinite risk. The exposure can come from anywhere, not just our profession. We own buildings, drive cars, have kids and spouses driving, and doing other dangerous things. The list is endless.
You make it sound hopeless for those of us that work hard and make it.
It's not. We just need to be informed, aware and proactive. Access asset protection is like net worth insurance.
What do you mean?
Well, you insure your car, home, profession, health, and even your life. Have you taken any similar steps to ensure the sum of your life's work?
I never thought of it that way.
Most people don't. Even financially and legally sophisticated people usually don't know these options even exist until they act in a panic after something bad happens.
So what?
You can't insure your car after you have totaled it. You can't insure your home against fire after it has burned down. Asset protection works the same way. It is stronger, cheaper and more effective as preventative medicine.
I guess I need to call Ike again. Thanks.
You're welcome. Tell him I said hi. Do it soon before another more serious exposure arises. If this had been in place already, you'd have protection, options, and a confidential relationship with someone to call for advice already in place.
That would be nice. I don't even know who to call about this.
Ike may be able to help with that as well. He has a national network of legal and financial professionals to help support his clients. Some are listed on the website, proassetprotection.com.